NBC News is projecting former Hartford Mayor Luke Bronin as the winner in the primary. He defeated Larson by 20% tonight.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So Representative Larson lost his race yesterday, and some of you might be asking, who is Representative Larson? He's a congressman out of Connecticut. Let's take a look at the headline first. And I want to talk about this because this is a very big deal for people who are receiving Social Security benefits, as well as people who are close to receiving Social Security benefits. We know that reform needs to happen, and Representative Larson was at the forefront of reform. But he will not be returning in January of 2027. And let's go ahead and take a look at the headline. It says, the Democratic Representative John Larson loses his primary to opponent, calling for generational change. And so once again, Representative Larson lost. So let's hear his speech right after the election. Here we go.
But the people in this district have spoken, and it's time for us to come together and make sure that we all join forces, because the issue here, as I've said throughout this campaign, is Donald Trump and what he's doing to this country. An illegal war being, prosecuted as we stand here this evening. There's still a lot of fight left and a lot to be done. And I intend to fulfill my responsibility to the last day.
On this campaign, I've seen our team of young Democrats get bigger and more confident. They've been this campaign's not-so-secret weapon, and they've given me the most hope of all. From the start, this campaign was about something very simple, that if we are going to fix this mess that we're in, we need to build a Democratic Party that's bringing a whole new energy to this fight. A Democratic Party that is courageous and bold and clear about what we are fighting for and who we are fighting for. Yeah, we need to stop the damage that Donald Trump is doing and defeat the MAGA movement. But not just that. We're doing this work so we can build an America that remembers that we can do big things. That we can be a country where healthcare doesn't bankrupt you, where you can afford a place to live, and where child care doesn't cost more than a good job pays.
And so Representative Larson was well known for authoring the Social Security 2100 Act. That bill would have provided an increase to people receiving Social Security benefits. Every year, Representative Larson tried to push that through Congress. However, he didn't have luck doing that. And so now the question is, who is going to take up, who's going to author that Social Security 2100 Act, or offer a bill that's very similar to that? Because remember, when it comes to Social Security reform, it has to happen before 2032. Because in 2032, if nothing is done, if Congress doesn't act, then the Social Security Trust Fund, at least one of the Social Security Trust Funds, will be completely depleted, which means that we'll see a reduction in Social Security benefits for everyone receiving Social Security benefits. And so you have some politicians out there that have been pushing reform. Now, some politicians have been pushing Social Security reform by saying that we're going to increase the age that you can start receiving Social Security benefits, or we're going to make cuts in some other areas so we can prolong the program. However, Representative Larson, he wanted to raise the cap on people paying into Social Security. That would provide enough money for an increase in Social Security benefits and then extend the program out so we won't see that cut in 2033 and 2032. And Representative Larson was the major champion when it came to Social Security. You always heard him talking about Social Security. Other politicians, you don't hear him talking about Social Security all the time. He was at the forefront of that. And so what happens now when it comes to Social Security reform? Now remember, in the Senate, and this is very important, he was a representative in the House, but in the Senate it's even more important because the senators that you elect in November, they will be there in 2032. And so they will most likely play a role in Social Security reform. I mean, they pretty much have to play a role unless Congress just doesn't act at all and they let those cuts happen, which I don't think that that's going to happen. So it's very important when you're paying attention to the Senate, it's very important that you elect people who want to reform Social Security by providing an increase, also by extending the program out without raising the retirement age. Because if you raise the retirement age, let's say right now you're in your 50s and you're thinking, okay, maybe 8-9 years, I'm going to think about retiring. Well, if they increase the retirement age, that will impact you. That could mean that you might have to wait until you're 70 to start receiving Social Security benefits, or 69 until you start receiving Social Security benefits if you want to get the full amount. Sure, you can take it at 62, but you're going to take a hit to your Social Security benefits. And so this is major breaking news. Representative Larson will not be returning in January. So I want to make a quick pitch here. If you guys are liking the content on my channel, make sure you go over and join my Substack. It's free. And on my Substack, you're going to get articles that are based on some of the videos that I've posted, as well as every video that I post on YouTube, I also post it on Substack, and Substack will send you an email notification so you'll never miss any of my videos. Link is in the description. Now, another thing that Representative Larson was famous for, and this is unfortunate, but he was on the House floor, he was speaking, and he froze up.
Don't worry, no one on the Republican side in the House and Senate who control both the House and Senate is going to speak up and challenge us. But we need to protect Americans' privacy and their Social Security. For 40% of all Americans, Social Security is the basis for their retirement and their retirement savings. And for 28 million Americans, Social Security is the only thing that they have. And that's why we have to make sure that we are protecting it as well.
And later, Representative Larson did a press conference where he did talk about this. So it wasn't like he was trying to hide the fact that this happened. Obviously, it happened live, but he at least explained a little bit about this whole situation. But that could have impacted this election as well. We are seeing older incumbents have a problem. They've been challenged by younger candidates, and some of them have been able to beat these incumbents, these older incumbents. And so this could be, I mean, when we start looking, especially when we start looking at the Senate, you have some older candidates or older incumbents that we see they're struggling. Susan Collins comes to mind. She's struggling in Maine right now, and she could potentially lose in Maine to Troy Jackson. We saw Mills, who's the governor in Maine. She's older. She's a Democrat. She was running in the primary. Remember, she had to drop out of the race because she wasn't raising enough money against Plattner. And you have the situation with Senator McConnell. We don't know. We still haven't heard him speak about his situation. So we're seeing these incumbents that have been there for a very long time. We're seeing candidates challenge them. And actually, some of these candidates have been pretty successful. And so I just wanted to come on, give you guys that breaking news. When it comes to Representative Larson, as of January of 2027, he's no longer going to be a representative. Who is going to take that mantle when it comes to Social Security reform? And we need politicians to continue to push for some type of reform to Social Security and provide an increase for people receiving Social Security benefits. I want to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more. And remember, stay informed, stay engaged, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. So that's all we have for this video. Make sure if you guys want to send me an email, you can do that, david@thetecshow.com. Like the video, subscribe for more, and check out these videos over here for some more great content. Talk to you later. Bye.